Hello everyone, welcome to our week 2 deep dive. For week 2, we're going to focus on two main things. We're going to add a snow particle effect, which is just essentially kind of making it seem like it's snowing. You could also change it if you want to as well. And I'll show you different ways that you guys can do that. And then we're also going to add in some info, which is, I believe, one of the first times that we've done this for this kind of game. So you guys can kind of have a how to play in case any players want to know how to do that before they start your game. So we're going to go over those two things for our week 2 deep dive. So to begin, we're going to start by adding that snow effect that I was talking about. So to do this, we're going to start with a brand new sprite. So we're going to hover over, choose a sprite, and click on paint. I'm going to go ahead and rename this snow, but you guys can call this whatever you want as long as it's the effect that you want it to be. So maybe if you wanted to make it look like fall, you want to write in leaves. Maybe if your theme is candy, maybe you want to add in candy. So really whatever theme you have, whatever you want it to start kind of fall little by little, you can go ahead and add that in. So once you're done, what you're going to go ahead and do next is, for myself, since I want to go ahead and add a snow effect, I'm going to use the circle tool. I'm going to add fill, and I'm going to make this completely white. And I'm just going to make a small circle on my screen. So it doesn't have to be very big, and I'm even going to center it as well. So for those of you who are maybe making a different effect, so maybe you're making a leaf, then you can add a little bit more detail. And for those of you who also want to maybe change what you have for the particle, maybe if you hit a certain score or if you hit a certain amount of time, then what you can do is you can go ahead and duplicate the costume. You can use the select tool and delete it. And then you can create another particle. So maybe instead of my snow, I want to maybe have some leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and make a leaf. I'm going to fill it in. And maybe add a little bit of details to it. Just so I can make it stand out a little bit more. Okay. And with that, I'm pretty much happy. So again, take your time, guys, creating what kind of particle effect or what kind of thing you want kind of falling from your screen while you're playing your game. You have the option of just making the one that you want that fits best for your game, and you also have the option of making maybe a couple more costumes, and I'll show you extra code that you could do in order to change between them. But other than that, once you're done, we're going to go ahead and start coding. Again, just remember to make it somewhat small. You can always change the size of it later. And you also just want to make sure that they're about the center of the page as well. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step.